How about now? Ah, sound is fixed. Mic exit scam. What's up, guys? Mic dump. All right, I think I fixed it. All right, audio, yes. All right, guys. So yeah, Okay, cool. Producer ditched me today at the last minute. He got caught up doing something, and since we pushed the stream ahead, it messed us all up. All good though. He's been literally the most reliable person in my crypto life over the last 7 months. So no hate, but I am a little rusty on managing it myself since I haven't done it since August. So we're gonna start the show here in just a sec. Want to make sure that Twitter knows we're alive. I imagine they do, but just have to confirm, and then we're gonna kick it off here. Got a lot of good stuff to talk about today, and we're gonna do some charts here. Let me just make sure we are up on Periscope. All right, let's get started. See you guys in a sec. Okay, guys, welcome to Hero Labs Live. I'm your host, RT, hostess with the mostest. Good to see you guys back in. Is it a top? Are we in a bear market? I don't know. Boom, Gene. We're going to look into it today. I've got a few things I'd like to share with you guys, obviously, on the chart front. And we're going to start off with Bitcoin in just a moment. Some pretty exciting things coming up. I can't wait to talk about it. I might do a video about it tonight. Bit of a stealth launch that I've been eyeing, hearing whispers about. We'll talk about that a little bit later today, hopefully maybe even tomorrow on a little short release video. Also going to talk about Etherscan today. Might do a short video on it, but I really just want to touch on it live because it's a really cool tool. I think most people underutilize it, and along with DEX tools, it's really helped me get an edge and sort of mapping out the Ethereum network, as it were. So we're going to check that out. Let's take a look at the ETH fees right now. Just kind of like living in the high 100s lately. So, you know, not great, not terrible. Under $50 seems like a deal these days. I've been messing around a little bit on Binance Smart Chain, a little bit on Solana, both incredibly fast, incredibly cheap. They're also less busy. So will they scale the same way? Will they get slow and expensive someday? Possibly. In theory, eventually, guaranteed. But for now, they seem like they are the preferred option once they get up to speed with just quality and swappability. However, Ethereum wins with the network as far as options and things you can do there. So I am neither a bull nor a bear on any particular one. I kind of mess around and use all three. We're going to talk about Ray Forrest. Good to see you guys. We got Naked Matrix, Coach Papa, Chris Richards, Travis Daggs winning the day. Paul J, good to have you back. And Punkin Pixels. Anyone here made any money buying NFTs? I haven't bought any. I think I have two, like ERC 2721 or whatever, like sitting in my wallet from something I did, but no cool NFTs. So I'd be curious to know if any of you guys actually bought any of that. I don't even know where people are looking at it. I just see on Twitter people like, oh, this, oh, that. And I'm just like, yeah, where is this all happening? I don't know. I can't be bothered. There's not enough liquidity. I'm a trader. I like to stay liquid. But I do feel like, well, probably late to the ball game as far as like, I just want to pick one up by the top RT, but I do kind of want to have like just one, you know, like a Pokemon card that I can have in 20 years just sitting there. So if I don't pay too much for it, I'll be able to look the other way and not really care about it, which is the key. No NFTs for me. Negative Ghost Rider, yeah. So L1 chains need more cats. I like dogs more than cats, but already too much to manage. Yeah, that's it, Forrest. I agree. So there's a lot going on, a lot to manage. I found an edge in the market. I'm making, you know, good returns on that with trading and all these other things. So I don't, you know, from a speculator point of view, I don't feel the need to reach out and go crazy on NFTs. I do feel a little silly because I was tracking an NFT, what's it called? Matrix, like earlier this year. I have held bags of AXS Actually, right back here, I was tracking and trading, and I had some like leverage long from like 65 to 78 cents. Like I was messing around a lot here with this one, ENJ, sand. So I do feel a little silly. They all move together, and I was tracking them as a matrix of 4. Of course, I'm referring to mana, sand, ENJ, and thing. And you look back, and it's just all like, wow, that was easy. So I guess in that sense, this was my ticket into NFT space. I also did load up on Shroom at one point. Not load up, but I had a bag, and I hear that's doing pretty well. I picked up some NFTs through this, like NFT tokens, and then silly me, I'm doing so many things. I get bored. I go to something hotter at the moment. I look back. It's all good. I'm not too worried about it. Ray. Let's talk Ray. Been farming Ray since day one. I think my first bag, around $7. Up, down. Oh my God. But it's been farming. I'm not farming right now. Right around here, I decided I would rather not be in a farm because I thought, okay, either it's going to keep going down and I'll get more Ray, whatever, or it's going to start going up. It's going to start trending up, and I'll just get diluted and I'll lose a lot of my Ray, and I'll just be like essentially DCing out of my Ray position into Tether. And because I was in the Ray USDT pool, I didn't really like the sound of that. So after this little breakout here, I did pivot most of my entire Ray farm into the staking. So I have sold some Ray through here. Obviously, I've got farming rewards, and I thought I better cash in some of them. Feel like you want to get paid once in a while, but generally speaking, I've got my bag of Ray completely staked, and I should probably go check on it. I think there was a V3 migration, so farmers should have migrated by now. I wonder if stakers need to migrate. If so, I've not been getting paid for about 4 days. So make a note to myself, Johnny. Oh, just kidding. I'm here alone today. So I will make a note myself to check my Ray staking. So that I'm not just sitting there doing nothing. Speaking of staking, I unstaked my serum today from the BDP pool. I think it ends today anyways. After investigation of our partners, we had uncovered an unexpected behavior in the reward mechanism. Oh, drama. Smart contract. You'll be unable to claim the remaining rewards in the smart contracts. Oh my God. However, you will be able to withdraw your staked funds safely without issue. We have a snapshot of the blockchain we've recorded. Oh, drama. Jeez, that's interesting. Damn, I want to go check. So funny enough, I actually withdrew my serum from here like a few hours ago, and I didn't see that message. And I had 400 or 500 of these BDPs sitting there to be claimed. I wonder if my claim went through just before that, because it sounds like now they're saying you will be unable to claim the remaining rewards. Oh, that would hurt. Not really. I was going to sit on that serum anyways, but I like free money and I was hoping to get some. So I'm going to look into that. I would do it right away, but I'm signed into a test account on Etherscan because I was going to, RT Hero Labs. I was going to sort of show you guys some stuff today on that. But something that's really annoying is happening. Full disclosure, guys, when I type in things on the search bar, it's still showing suggestions based on my Etherscan account, essentially doxing all of the wallets that I'm watching, names of my friends that I have named wallets of. So I'm actually probably going to do a pre-record video on the Etherscan thing now that I think about this, because if I do it live, I'm probably just going to dox all my friends. So second thought, we'll go to Etherscan on a nice short, 7-minute video sometime very soon. I kind of scripted it a bit earlier today. Anyways, just rambling now, but yeah, full disclosure, no Etherscan today. Close. Now, and then I'd love to check here to see if I actually got my claim today. That would be annoying if I did not. Think you do need to restake. Okay. Yeah, Forrest, appreciate that. I thought about it the other day and then just head spinning, doing all kinds of shit. So I'm going to go restake my Ray. I'm probably the last sucker in there sitting on a bag of Ray tokens in the staking pool that's dead. But whatever. So big data protocol and Ray on my list. Now, holy shit, 23 cents. Now I'm going to tell you guys about this. I've been tweeting about this one, and full disclosure, I'm co-founder of Magnus Fund. We did Magnus Capital, and we did, we made a strategic investment in B21 sometime late Q4. They signed us on as advisors to help them breathe new life into a sort of a 2.0. They've been around since 2018. I guess we're going to talk about them today. I wasn't planning on it, but I just had the chart and it's mooning. But these guys, they raised, I think, 2 or 3 million at the end of the bull market around early 2018. Poor guys, they raised right as the bear market started. And they had what they had to build and the amount that they needed. And so they just kind of went into stealth and been quietly building out an app. It's on the App Store. I've used it. I've got an account, obviously. Checked it out. And it's an investment app. Prime Trust custodies it. And, so it's fully insured. And these are the guys who built Wavecrest. They've got really good biz dev connections. For those of you who aren't familiar with Wavecrest, they were doing all of the crypto cards, basically, back in the day. And then they got fucked by Visa, who decided to, screw them all over because they weren't the something. I don't know. Business stuff. But they know the space. They know it really well. They got the biz dev connections, and they've built this payment rail system and fiat in and out ramps and regulated, and US users are allowed and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, this is great. We should invest. We should, yes, there's an advisory there. We'll help them. And so we're working really closely with them, and they're killing it. Their lead dev, Nitin, is a G. I love the guy. Every time we talk, he's got a new idea. I'm not here to shill it at 100% gain on the day. You guys know me. I don't say, go buy something just because, especially when it's up like that. So I will neither, offer nor deny a buy recommendation. That's never what I'm here for. But, we should take a quick look at it. It is at a chaos level today. My tokens are vested, so, you don't have to worry about me dumping on you. I think my vesting runs throughout the next year, so I'm not really trading this actively myself. But this is one to keep an eye on. Can we get a pump chaser zone? Can we get, let's see, can we get, there's always dips on things. So it's one, personally, I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on. I'd like to trade it at some point throughout this. But yeah, look, 5.6 million market cap, and they are a payment card. Focused entirely in Asia. What's Crypto.com's payment card? 4.7 billion. Is there some kind of room for us to speculate to the upside on this? SXP, another one that people are very excited about, and they should be. It's owned by Binance. 286 million. And then, so this is obviously a lot of what I do is to try to spot value in a market and spot places where I can place, Magnus Capital, we want to invest in things that have great value, but maybe are undervalued. And this is one that stood out to us, and that's why we're working with them. So it was on my chart. We'll talk about it. I'll be tweeting about it, sharing, info as it comes. But they're listing on PancakeSwap. Right now, you can only get them on Bitfinex and Hotbit, which was the number one issue we saw when we started working with them. We said, look, we got to get you on a DEX. We got to get you liquid. We need access for everybody. People want to play. You got to give them a playground. So PancakeSwap, they built fast. They built a bridge, full audit from Certic within a week. They came back. They said, okay, we're ready. I was like, what? Already? So they're launching on PancakeSwap on the 15th. I think the bridge is live. It's in their thing on my Twitter. So anyways, at Randomtask555. So that's what I'll say about B21 today. I'm pumped. I can't wait to talk about it and, share it with the world. I think when you're coming into crypto, shit is difficult. It's confusing. I just onboarded a few people in the last month, and it's just the learning curve is incredible. But now I just send them to this app. Say, here's my ref link. Go use the app. And, they can set it up, deposit, get access, and then one-click DeFi is coming too. So they can have some yields and play in the DeFi space. Anyways, so that's B21. If you guys are on my Twitter, you're probably like, what the fuck is this? What is RT talking about? That's it. Now let's go look. ENJ, oh my God, Coach Papa, feeling the pain. Yep, that's bull market pain, guys. People said 2017 was easy. Then you find out when you're in a bull market, there's all kinds of pain about number go up as well. I felt a little bit that on Matic. I was loading up on Matic here at 114 back at the start of February. I had really high expectations for what was coming. Then they announced Polygon, and it pumped, and I thought, that's sick. What a nice trade. Sold some. I ended up rebuying this pump chaser zone, I think on DeltaFi. This was my coin of the week a few weeks ago on DeltaFi here. And I was like, yeah, Matic's got something coming. Polygon's not priced in. Then a Coinbase listing got announced. Guess how much Matic I have left in my bag right now? 0. But I did make a nice trade off it, made a nice gain. And of course, at this 4669 level, I would have been out anyways. I think my last sale was versus USD somewhere around 38 cents. So I feel your pain, bro. And look, we're in a bull market. I think it's just getting started. Do we look back in 5 months and Matic's just trading up here? That's the pain. right? I plan to buy some back, but 4669 is my cue to exit. And if I can buy some dips, maybe get a new pump chaser zone on here, I'd like to have my Matic back. I'm really bullish on it. It's a nice L2. It's getting use. Quick swap, Polygon. I see it being, you know, multi-billion, and I don't know that it's even at a billion yet. At least it wasn't the other day. Might be now. Let's see. It was like 500 million when I first started getting excited about it, thinking, you know, damn, they're coming up. Oh my God, 2 billion? Oh, I didn't look at that in a while. Okay. Well, I still think, you know, I still think there's room. But like I said, I've exited my trade for no reason other than that I'm a greasy trader who goes in and goes out. I know people in the communities are like, well, you dumped my token. I'm like, dude, I'm here to make money. I'm going to rotate. This was a really nice one, and I expect to see it higher later this year, but I can't, you know, I'm not buying here. I'm going to buy when I get a dip. And there's always dips. That's the myth of the bull market. People say, oh, it's never going to dip. It dips. They dip. And sometimes you get left behind because you missed the dip. That's my problem. But let's talk about Bitcoin and confirming patterns, because a lot of people, I mean, actually, no, that's a lie. Not a lot of people, but I saw 1 or 2 mentions of like, it was actually a sarcastic comment. Like, I'm surprised more people aren't talking about double tops. And like, that was a great point, because people love to just say shit when there's 2 highs. They say, that's a double top. It's not actually a double top. Okay. Ooh, Linus is saying, hey, okay. Linus, I'm going to get to that in a sec. It's not a double top until you close below the midpoint. So we have a long way down to confirming a double top. Now, I don't think it's coming. I think we're incredibly bullish. This just looks like we're going higher, period. You know, is this a new entry for me? Probably not. Maybe I zoom in, you know, find a little 15-minute breakout and I can trade it on that time frame. But right here on the daily, this is either the local high or, you know, we're breaking out. And if we break out, is there a pump chaser zone I can catch? Probably my style. But I'm long. I'm long on crypto in general. I don't have a whole lot of cash in my account anymore. If you guys been following me on Twitter, you know, I tracked this on the hourly through here, and I just thought, if I'm going to long, like, I need to do it pretty quickly. I don't want to be like deciding to get back in at the highs, because that's how you get shaken out. And then it goes, whoa, and you're like, okay, I'm back out. And then it's like, whoa, and you're like, okay, I'm back in. And you just lost a whole bunch of money over trading what is otherwise a bullish weekly trend, a bullish daily trend. So no double top. And if, you know, we can have that conversation if we break down here, and it just say it does that, and that confirms here. It usually squeezes back up after that kind of thing confirms and then dumps. So even if that confirms, I'm not like, in most situations, I don't just rush to sell the breakdown. I just now decide, okay, I'm going to short every bounce there is. And then I get like a short reload zone. And I, you know, and then I hunt there right up in here. Look at that. Suddenly I'm just seeing reload zones in my brain. I already had it perfectly measured. So like, yeah. And this is just, we're going to put the double top to sleep. It doesn't exist until it does. And it doesn't exist right now. Is it a cup and handle? You know, if we dump from here, are we going to just get like a nice little retrace? Are we're going to pull back to this level? And then like, that would be so sick. That would be so bullish. It would also be bullish to just go like this. Wouldn't that be sweet? That would actually probably cause people more stress than anything. Let's be honest. That would be like max pain right here for a lot of people. Just Bitcoin dominance just skyrockets, and every altcoin just like crashes down as Bitcoin gets announced as like the new world reserve currency. Like, anyways, I don't think that's going to happen just yet. But sometimes, anytime you get like a massively intense move in Bitcoin, it's usually pretty painful for half the market or more. But we'll keep an eye on that. Ethereum kind of doing its thing. I think this is less of an interesting chart to me, because we already I focus mostly on Bitcoin, like for like what's it doing. And then I like to chart ETH BTC, because it's like, okay, Bitcoin's bullish or Bitcoin's bearish. And then what is ETH doing, you know, in comparison to that? So I would come over here. Now look what we've got here. This is actually right into the zone I've been watching the other day. You know, posted a little tweet saying basically, once we get down into here, this could be a washout. Bitcoin's going to break to new highs. ETH is still going to struggle to keep up, and this doesn't happen. Or this is a generational long opportunity and it is not one to ignore. Let's go find the weekly, and then I'm going to get to your question, Linus, and I'll share my chart settings with you. Not gonna lie, really like the charts. They're fun, pleasant on the eyes. When I came on with Hxro Labs, I designed them with their colors in mind, and they've come a long way. So if you're saying I'd like to try using them, I'm saying hell yeah, let's paint the world pink and green. Now here's the weekly on Ethereum versus Bitcoin. God, does it ever look strong from the base perspective where you're just thinking, okay, rejected, okay, breakout, high volume on the weekly. This does not look too great on this candle. At the start of this week, it was up here, and I thought, holy shit, we just closed above, this 20-week moving average, and then we closed, we were moving higher. I was like, wow, ETH is going to crush it. Now this weekly looks like shit, but at the end of the day, it's just chop, 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 chop in the pump chaser zone, the low of this broadening ascending wedge. So it's hard to get a tell off of this, other than to say that this pullback is otherwise fairly standard after you get a breakout to come pull back into a certain level and test the hands of everyone involved. So I'm not bearish on that chart. I'll tell you what though, zoomed in, this is what it looks like. And so you have the breakout, you slip down into the reload zone of that, you tap the sweet spot perfectly. And then let's zoom in a little more and let's pull up some indicators. Every single one of these indicators, bullish divergence as it made this final low here. All of them confirmed bullish divergence, which tells me once we're into this low, we're probably going to move up from there, which we did. We confirmed a bullish market structure saying, okay, this downtrend is now an uptrend. And as we know, if you guys watch this channel, you hear me talk about it all the time. After this happens, you can often get a pullback into the breakout level. And, it's not the case of like, let's long this retest, and if it goes below, I should close my long. I don't trade like that anymore. This used to be my stop loss. It was like, yeah, let me buy the retest and go. This used to be my stop loss, but what I found was I often got stopped out, looked back, and found out that that was the bottom. So now I treat this as my entry. Now, I'm not long on this pair. I don't have Bitcoin sitting on an exchange that I'm trying to use to buy, margin long ETH with my Bitcoin. I have done that before, but generally speaking, that's not the trade I'm looking for. There is an opportunity here to pivot some of my Bitcoin stack into Ethereum, just on a spot level as a base pair. I think there is a case to be made for this being an extremely good entry on Ethereum versus Bitcoin. But if we lose this low, all bets are off. And it sucks because oftentimes, especially with this pair, because it's such a whale token, huge liquidity, and they want more. They always want more. There's a massive thirst. So if we're going to go up, they may come in and just sweep that low and then go. And that sucks. But I would never have a stop loss above this level. Because if we hold that low, this bullish market structure is still in play. So I hope that makes sense. That's my take on this. And the way that I'm really thinking about this, why does this matter if I'm not trading this, is because if this marks the bottom of this pullback and then we really do move, potentially this is an area where you're longing a multi-week, month, year, well, not week, but multi-month or year rally. Look at this thing, right? Rally, big bottom. But, it's impossible to say. Bitcoin's going to stay strong. ETH doesn't keep up. Whatever. There's so many ways this could play out, but on a local level, that's what I'm watching. RT, please share your TradingView appearance settings. Okay, let's do a quick review of appearance settings. First off, I set my background to pure black. Sometimes they come like this and you don't even notice it, but it's this dusty off black. I like the pure black. Take off those grid lines. They're gross and they're useless. They don't do anything for you. They all come on every chart. I don't know why, because they move around and they're not that stable anyways. So vertical and horizontal grid lines. Watermark if you're displaying for other people, which I like to do on the stream, obviously. So keep the watermark in the background so you know what chart I'm looking at. And then for all these, you take your style and you can put your colors. Now I have a custom color palette. Some of these I actually don't want on here, but I don't think there's a way to delete them. So when you pull up and you can add a new one and you just put in the code. So once you have that code, you can do it. So our code for Hxro Green is 00FF00. Won't stick to that for long, but you can pause and rewatch later if you want that. I've also tweeted out the codes before, but let's see this one. Pink is FC0A9A. That's, exact same color if you want it. And then the purple is sometimes a third color I use on some of the fibs. and that is 9D11E7. So once you have those put in, you know, you just have them on your palette, and you can basically go around and color all your stuff, right? You double click your candles, put your pink and greens, all of them, you know. I once had the Wix as white, but then when you zoom out, it gets really weird. It does look kind of cool though, but I was overruled by the team. And then, yeah, basically every indicator you have, you know, I go down here, same thing, you know, it takes a little time. Go here, set up your colors, and you can just keep using those custom colors. Now, here's the key. If you set up a template and you decide, okay, I really like this, every time I sign into TradingView, every new chart, I want it to just come up like this, you need to go up to templates and save indicator template. And that will save the colors and everything. So now I can do whatever I want. You know, I can just say I want to close this because today I don't want it. I'm going to close it, okay? But then tomorrow I really want it. So I click this and it auto-populates all my key indicators that I like, and I can just close the ones. So personally, I think it's good if you're on TradingView to take a little time, set yourself up with an indicator, template, colors, all that fun stuff. Make it your own. You don't have to use art colors. You know, what colors speak to you? Make it your own. Put a signature on it. Feels good. Chaos PRZ is magic, Coach Papa. Linus, I hope that helps you. Now, I've got a hard stop today, guys, at about 7 minutes to 3 my time. So we've got a good 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here to just get after it. So we're going to keep getting after it. But just a heads up. And I cannot be late for that. There's like 8 people depending on me. So don't want to let them all down. Super happy I kept a small bag in Matic. Yeah, I did too, Jordan. I kept a small bag in Matic, and I only just sold the last little bit, I think yesterday. So not too bothered. Late to the party. How's everyone? Good to see you, Kingsley. Kingsley! I used to have a roommate. His last name was Kingsley. I loved announcing him with my British stiffy voice, like my stiff sort of like, hey, Kingsley, how are you, sir? So bringing me back, Kingsley. New gem, Eternity Chain, ERN, NFT. You know what? We're going to look at that because that's the second time I've heard that name today. Bullish as fuck. Love those. Oh, damn it. See, I'm into it, man, because you know what? Maybe I come back next week and this thing's trading at 120 bucks, but I hate buying things at the highs. I hate it. It gives me more anxiety than selling things at the lows, which is also terrible, and I do that sometimes, and I hate that. But nice shout. And, you know, can we get a pullback? Often we can, even in a bull market. Like, you know, can I get that level sometime, or do I chase it higher and get a pump chaser zone? But ERN, according to our good friend Kingsley, is a bullish NFT project. And you know what? We're in NFT world. So new NFT projects, probably not bad places to speculate, because this is what happens, guys. You get the top gainers in the market are all one type of sector, in this case NFTs, in you know, some days. I don't know about yesterday, but and then what do people do? They're out of dopamine, they're looking for the next fix. They say, what NFT project hasn't pumped? And then they go and they look and they find them. Now, NFT protocol is one of my larger bags. It's an old hold from 2018. But I like, you know, the ticker is NFT. So how's it not going to have a chance to party, right? But the reason I'm going to this page is not to shill it as much as to talk about tags, non-fungible tokens. And now I've got a list here of all the NFT tokens that are in this index on CoinGecko. Sorted. If you want to pick a big, you know, higher cap one that's probably a little safer on the old like 90% drawdown kind of list or whatever, or, you know, as far as exit scamming goes, usually you get less of that the higher up the market cap table you go, usually. BitConnect being an example of that's a bullshit rule, but looks like ERN is up here, 84 mil. And I kind of think like 50 to 100 million is suddenly like low capped. You know, it's not micro capped, but it's like relatively low because we're seeing things get into the 500 and the 1 billion fairly easily. The top 100 coins are almost over $1 billion. I think like it's top 76 now. So, you know, last bull market, a lot of the top coins were over 100 million. And then you get into the sub, you know, so we're pricing up. And, you know, Shroom is on here. That's one I had a bag of way back like a month ago. Don't have it anymore, but I heard good things. So there's tons here. And then, if you want to get real greasy, my old NFT bag suddenly coming back to life. This is actually, I'm proud of this one because I typically am like paper-handed trader type guy. And this is a bag that I literally just have held ad nauseum. And I staked it, got a little 10% boost, and now it's unlocked and I'm just chilling, not selling it. Not yet. So yeah. And then you get right down. How greasy do you want to get, guys? You want to go sub 1 million? Some of these will probably 100x, but a lot of them will probably disappear. That is the nature of the super micro caps. So, at your own risk, as always with these things. I don't know. Soda is actually an new one that I have a bag of from a pre-sale. So we'll see how Soda does over the next little while. Again, not really looking at it as far as a trade goes. Personally, I'm just kind of holding. Ethverse. Oh my God, Ethverse is an old summer favorite of mine. Trading now at 43 cents. Let's go look at ETHV. Building some cool stuff. Integrations with games on GTA 5. Last I heard. Let's take a look at Ethverse. In the NFT space. Hey RT, appreciate what you do. Learning a lot. Any thoughts on Link? Eric Chavez or Chaves. Chavez. Let's take a look at Link. You're not going to like what I have to say about Link. And I'm not a hater, but I looked at the chart earlier today and it just looks bad. All things considered, Yeah, holy shit. ETHV. Oh, buddy, we're going to have a good time with this one. This was a summer launch, and it looks like it's coming back to life in the NFT craze. Shout out to the ETHV team. They've been quietly working away here. Bringing life back into the token. I guess the market's doing that. They're just bringing life to the product. But anyways, let's go look at Link. And I'm just going to warn you guys, I don't think I liked what I saw earlier. Yeah, that's what I think about Link right now. And you have to understand, my relationship with Link is complex. I never bought it when I should have. It was sitting here. I thought it sounded silly, like a Zelda thing. I was like, Zelda, Link, that's weird. My brain just automatically did that, and I never looked into it back in 2018, whenever it launched. So super, but this was a chart I put together because one thing I was looking at on Link, which I thought was interesting, is the options on Hxro. You can see here, I already had it up. If I say for June 25th, so basically 3 months, whatever, to touch 8. And if I say no, I'm basically betting that Link is not going to touch $8 by any time between now and June 25th, I can actually get a 46% return on anything I put on that position for that. That's a lot, if I'm a bull. So if I'm a bull on Link and I'm basically saying by this date, I don't think price will touch here. So if you think it's going to do anything but touch that, Hxro Tixwix is offering a 46, almost 47% return on that. So I put $100 on it the other day. It's already down a bit because price is moving down right now. So as price gets more and more close to that, this will lose money. But it's $100. I'm actually looking to average in more. So if it keeps dipping. And I'm basically saying, no, I don't think Link will touch $8 by the end of June. But look at this thing, man. Look at this. Let's check the indicators. Yeah, bearish divergence. Coming out of overbought, not a signal there. And then the bigger signal here is the OBV. So we had new highs and the OBV was like, nah, I'm actually rolling over, on balance volume falling. So that's how this top came in on all kinds of divergences. Okay, cool. It doesn't confirm until this candle close. And as you can see, as soon as that candle close did confirm, the next day, whoosh, people say, well, I'm getting the fuck out of that because that's a bearish top. But markets are all about arguments between bulls and bears. So naturally, we see a squeeze back up to test, say, are you guys really bearish? I'm not sure. And then, of course, the bears come back in. They say, fuck yeah, I am. Boom. Rejected. Bearish retest confirmed. So, that's what I think about Link. And that doesn't mean you know, I don't know what you would want to take from that, except for to say that the current market structure on Link is bearish. In the midst of this bull market, it's not the place where I'm, you know, betting on at 28 bucks. You know, I think I got better opportunities. Now let's look. I'm trying to think of another way to draw it. Sometimes I get so stuck in my own analysis that that I miss stuff. So like, you know, is there like some kind of upwards channel here, you know, and we'll just see how that happens. Sure. Is it just kind of like bear flagging? And I don't know. I mean, right now we're in a rip roaring bull market. Things are looking good. So, but I guess it is nice. Yeah, this chart just doesn't look too hot. But you know, looking back here, Link put in a bearish top, rolled over, shook a lot of people out, trended back up, one last FU dump right before Christmas, and then it just took off. So, you know, what are we doing here? We're coming in, retesting this level, maybe even squeezing the guys who tried to long it, and then, you know, and then like Link loses flavor for a bit, but then by June and July it's just off to the races. I don't know. That seems probable for me. As you can see, it's also the high time frame pump chaser zone. So we'll see. Really nice breakdown, a lengthy breakdown on Link there. So I hope you appreciated that one. I did that for you, Eric. So welcome to the stream. Sorry if I just shit on your favorite bag. It's just a trade. Random question. What was the nickname inspired by from Austin Powers? Yeah, Mohanad. It was Random Task. Now, yeah, I'll be honest. I was sitting down at my computer, aping in, like FOMOing into crypto in 2017. Had no idea what I was doing. And I was joining Slack. And I needed a name. And I knew that I was supposed to be super anon, and I was supposed to be super hidden and protected. And I didn't want to use, obviously, my real name. I didn't want to use my gamer tag. That's like the only other nickname I've used online. So I'm just sitting there desperately thinking of a name. And I'm just like, ooh, something vague, something really weird and anonymous. Random Task. And Random Task, you know, I love Austin Power movies. And, you know, I was like, who throws a shoe? So that's about it. It's not the funnest story. But, you know, it kind of fits. I do a whole lot of different things. You know, do some analysis, do some trading, running a fund, you know what I mean? Like, I'm random. And I do tasks. I don't know. Fuck it. But then there was a certain point where I was like, should I just change it to something not so, you know, random? But then it was like, nah. I spent 3 years in chat rooms building up a little bit of a name. Like, fuck it. I like it. Austin Powers is cool. So that's it. You got me. That's the background of my well thought out handle. 15 likes, guys. Come on. Kuark says, turn up the likes, guys, if you want to. I would appreciate that. It lets me know that my time spent here with you today was valuable for you and myself. Subs are great too. If you guys want to hit the sub button, if you haven't already, just lets us know. Yeah, Link, Zelda, same thing, right? So I do this stupid thing where I look at tickers and I make these weird subconscious judgments on them without really going past. And I even have one example of this from recently. I'd have to check, but I did this the other day again. And then like I saw the token mooning and I was like, did I really just pass on that? I forget which one, but it was just, I don't know. There's just like these things and I'm like, and then I go look into it. I was like, oh, that's actually so dope. Why was I passing on that? And then I look back. I mean, I think like band, you know, I pictured like a brass band. I was like, this is so lame. But like it was down here. And then it was like, oh, band is an oracle. It's all this. Maybe the term bandwidth was what I should have been picturing in my head. I don't know. There's some funny ones, but I definitely have passed on things for stupid reasons without, you know, it's probably just a function of information overload as well. There's just so many bloody things to look at. You know, gas just sounds like a smelly token. Although gas, I got to say thank you to gas because it's the reason I signed up for Binance in September 2017 and then saw BNB and was like, oh, I got to have some of this. This thing saves on fees. It's got utility right now. And it was, gas was only trading there and NEO had just exploded and gas, you know, had just launched, and it was only trading on Binance. So thank you, Gas, for getting me on there. And look at Gas right now. Holy shit, guys. Let's take a look at Gas. I mean, Neo should catch some of this blockchain hype wave. You know, Binance chain, Solana, ADA, any chain that's not Ethereum. We're getting sort of a platform token rally in the market. And then you look at Gas, which is the gas token for Neo. Hold Neo, generate gas. And it's sitting in the pump chaser zone after a huge volume breakout 2 weeks ago. So actually, I should be looking at gas right now. It is at a perfect. Ooh. Love when random conversations lead to charts that just feel sexy. I mean, this is everything that we've been talking about. Aside from this like newer low, generally speaking, you want this accumulation range and then you want it to break out, not like make a big stinky low and then break out. But look at this. You would think after this kind of accumulation range breaks to the downside that it would be like, oh no, the floor is falling out, we got to sell. But no sellers showed up. Look at this. No volume. There's nobody left to sell. That's what that chart tells me. And then a couple weeks later, boom, the buyers step in. They say, we're going to put a floor in this thing. And, you know, no comment on Neo. I know a lot of people like to say it's like cheap Chinese ripoff of Ethereum and it's not doing this and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Flamingo Finance launched on their little DeFi project, got some hype. They do have a massive war chest of funding. Something like 2020 report said like $350 million still sitting in the Neo Foundation's fund. So they're not going to disappear. At least I can confidently say that from a funding perspective, they're going to be around. They're building Chinese government, BSN, whatever, blockchain, something network of China. Endorsed them last summer along with ONT and some others. So, you know, at least they're not going to get banned from China. We can say that. I don't know how connected they are, but I bet Neo's going to be around. And I bet it's going to do okay. And I bet Gas Token is going to echo anything Neo does or even front run. Kind of like ONG. The Gas Token on Ontology is doing well right now. So that's cool. And then we can look at T-Fuel. Another gas token for, oh my God, shit. Damn it. T-Fuel mooned. I was charting this like a few weeks ago. I was like, T-Fuel might look good. Whoops. Fuck. I'm telling you, man, this market will get ya. It'll get you stressed out. I was buying T-Fuel at 40, 50, I don't know, whatever this fucking dip was. I was buying T-Fuel and I sold it on this. I was like, great trade. Patted myself on the back. What a winner. Nope. Look at that thing. That's intense. So, you know, but trade your plan, guys, because like my plan was to get in with some size and get out with some size and get some money, and I did that. So I don't actually look back. I kind of facetiously say like, oh no, I don't give a shit, man. This shit's all mooning. Not without me. I've got bags. You want to know what's in my bag? You want to know what I'm not going to miss out on? Everest. I will not miss out on this pump. You know why? Because I'm going to lock my keys away. No, but for real, I think it'd be cool to maybe use like Trust Swap to do like a token lock so you can like program diamond hands. Because like I'm not selling this bag. And I don't even feel like I should be. I mean, I only just bought it here. I'm buying the accumulation range and I'm waiting. And when this thing moons, which I am fairly confident it will, no guarantees from management. But this, you know, this one I will not be looking back saying, oh no, I sold too early. I'm holding this one. This one looks great. I'm going to be a bag holder community member as long as I need to be until my targets are hit. And they are right up here. That's like 3.5x, 8x, 9x. I'm holding. You know another one I'm holding? In fact, I just locked these into staking the other day for 90 days. So, like I said, pre-programmed diamond hands. I can't sell my YOP even if I wanted to. Oh no, it's dumping. But yeah, this is one. Pretty lucrative staking rewards. You know, I think I locked a few thousand and I get a certain percentage of that back basically instantly as far as like in a guaranteed sense. But 90 days, 30 days, and 60 days. So I locked the whole goddamn bag for 90 days. I was like, fuck it. I'm bullish on this one. I'm holding it. It's lower capped. It's DeFi aggregator, Launchpad aggregator. I'm in. So those are a couple I'm holding on to. VSP, is that the one that I aped into the other day? Because of you guys in the trading pit, you apes. So a little bit of a pullback today. Nothing too crazy. Totally part of what this uptrend would look like. So no change in my sort of excitement here. Let's see what the 335 APY on staking. I think that's compounding for me. We'll find out when I go look at it. But pump chaser zone. Can I get a little ad? I don't know. Possibly. Let's see. Maybe a throwback right here that we're just in the midst of right this minute, and that's it. But if it gets into this pump chaser zone, kind of came into the highs on higher volume. This is where the buyers didn't show up, so that's a little annoying, but that's like local. I don't know. Not too worried about it. I'm bullish on this one. I think it's going to hit this Chaos PRZ at some point. So I'm also holding that. Those are kind of my three focuses right now. ICD08C says, curious on how you got involved with Hxro Labs. You know what? Very lucky. I was working with a good man named Bitcoin Birch, and we got along really well. We spent some time at Consensus in whatever it was, 2019. And, we had to part ways. He pivoted to another business. And but then he said, I'll keep you in mind if ever, whatever. And then he introduced me to good old Rob Levvy, president of Hxro, who was looking to get some content done and grow. Rob's got this dream of Hxro Labs, the ESPN of crypto. He says, I want to be the best trading desk in crypto. I want to bring excitement. I want to bring energy. I want to bring news and great charts and all this shit. And I said, let me build it for you, bro. So I got a job. And that was last May. We started our streaming in June. This channel had 8 subs when I signed on. And I take great pride in what we've built here and bringing sort of the energy that I gathered at TRI, where I learned to trade, and exuding that to everybody else. And that energy is helpfulness, kindness, funness, and just, sharing everything, man. I have no secrets here with my strategies. I share literally everything I do with you guys. And all I ask in return is that you spread positive energy in your own lives and treat yourself with respect. Work out, exercise, eat well, journal your goddamn trades, man. Take this shit seriously, because we are in a bull market that will not last forever. It may last 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. There will be turbulence. There will be sadness. There will be depression phases. And we're in one of the ones that's fun. So own it, kick ass. If you ever need anything, my DMs are open on Twitter until I'm super famous, and then I'm probably not going to have time to talk to you guys. So hit me up. That's at Randomtask555. How are we doing for time? Oh my God, it's 2:48. Okay, I've got 7 minutes left. What up, Nick? I don't know, man. Maybe 14 minutes. Theta has a lot of events later this month. Theta is mooning. I noticed that the other day. And T-Fuel, obviously, going to move right along with it. I don't know the exact dynamic, but I assume it's Theta Fuel, so it probably has something to do with fueling their network. Theta is just like $7 I saw. Yeah, holy shit. Remember this, guys? I made a killing back. I made a really couple of nice trades back here shorting Theta back in October because of all this. And I was like, yeah, we're going to short it all the way down here. Now I ended up sizing up so much that I ended up closing these shorts, and whatever. And then looking back, it was like, oh, sweet little Launchpad SR flip. This is a weekly. The daily was where it was at. Anyways, yeah, this breakdown here, I thought, I'll short it, short reload zone, short it, short reload zone, short reload zone. But then I look back, I'm like, maybe the play was too long. Theta, holy fuck, this market is incredible. So yeah, so if you tell me Theta has cool stuff coming up, I would say, okay, but I'm not going to buy this high in anticipation of the next one. We got the bullish retest here. So like, it's easy to do looking back, but this is where I should be, if I want a long Theta, you look for this kind of thing. High, dip, new high, tag that breakout level. That's where you get long on this kind of shit, guys. Not here. Not where I get long anyways. It's just too risky. I might spend weeks underwater, and instead of getting the entry I wanted or a bigger bag, I'm just deep underwater, and I'm at high risk for rotating into something else and licking my wounds. So fuck all that. Hey, Jim Reardon says, great entry, loving the Radium staking platform. Appreciate it, man. I'm glad I got you into that. Expecting big things from Super Farm. It's among the earliest few. Linus, I remember that. One of our first viewers. Shout out to Jonesy. So heal. If you're watching this, man, I haven't seen you in a while, but I miss you, man. One of our earliest supporters, along with old Reardon. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate that, Chris Richards. Still way under the radar. Recognition soon. Yeah, appreciate that, guys. I did PM you, didn't reply. Tom Simpson, damn it. We'll take a look at that. They show up incoming DMs from randoms. I just people I don't have followed. They're in this little box at the top. They don't show up as notifications. They're just like, you've been DM'd, and you have to accept it. So sometimes things sit in there for days, admittedly, or weeks. So let me get back to you there, Tom Simpson. Appreciate you coming to watch, man. Wasn't intentional at all. Certainly not personal. Good man. Jimbo, glad to have you back, brother. Yeah, dude. Woo! Perking up again. Okay, let's take a look at Woo. It's almost hard to say that name without being excited. Woo, woo. Let's go see. What's Woo doing today? Yeah. Oh, okay. Love that little zoom in and it just pops. Yeah. How to draw up the Woo. Lows, breakout. Yeah, that could be a really nice early warning sign of extra upside. I mean, look, it's suddenly somebody on the stream mentioned it here and we were buying it. I've already talked about this. I bought and sold some here. I held a little moon bag. I think I still have that moon bag because I refused to sell it on this dip, and I was like, I'll just wait. But like we just talked about, is this the place when you see a big moon to start thinking, this is the high, wait for that to come back in? Now we've even got confirmation that maybe it is going to continue moving. Whatever the hell this announcement was, it's a shill from a big YouTube account or something. And I don't say shill in a dirty word. I just, share. I share. But is that... And then now we're just consolidating, and now we're going to get the real, more sustained continuation rally. Cool. Love it. There could be a trade in there, my friend. Could be a trade in there. Let's see. Bing. Yep. Oh, man, this actually does look good. Let's take a look at Woo next week and see how far it moved, in which direction. I do have a small bag. I should probably consider adding a little here, maybe on a little dip. I've been under edge, covert. Okay, Jim has been switching around accounts just to have a little fun with us. HBAR, another good performing project. Yep, I love HBAR. Funny story about HBAR. It's been on the front and center of my radar forever. And after, kicking off my year last year, longing it, trading it, never really getting back in, then picking some up here, trading it, and I'm not in right now. Getting a little nervous, to be honest. I saw Crypto Cred has been tweeting about it a lot, covering it a lot. My analysis aligns with his. It's bullish as fuck. So I got to ask myself, why don't I have a bag? Well, it's because I'm doing a lot of investing lately, and sometimes those pre-sales, those things that haven't even hit the market yet, have more upside than anything you can imagine on the market when they're launching at multiple X's. So in some cases, I do shift out of bags that I love, because even if this thing goes here, just say from that last dip, that's 200%. That's an amazing gain. As a trade, I'm like, fuck yeah. But if I can take that amount and flip it into, invest in something I believe in more long-term for the year, and that thing comes out in 100 X's. But the trader part of me gets left behind because a lot of my favorite bags, I end up not with the position that I want. So we'll take a look. 3 arrows jumped in. Last pump on Woo. Okay, that makes sense. I thought 3 Arrows Capital was already in. That was actually how it was shielded to me at the bottom. But anyways, we'll see. Maybe it was just announced. It's suddenly that thing we already knew is public. Quick look at DOT as well. Okay, we're going to finalize this stream with a look at DOT right now. Let's go into DOT because, parachains are coming, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and look at that. I have a little ink on here. Let's take a look. This thing is just kind of meandering, if you're impatient as a trader and you want those big fat leaderboard gains, this thing's probably been driving you nuts. It's one of those really strong projects. A friend of a friend said that, he knows some guys who literally just all in. Now, I'd never recommend doing that, but they all in. They're some pretty big fun guys. They can do whatever they want. But they went all in on DOT down here. They were just fuck it. DOT's going to be huge this year. I'm just going to go all in on it. Monster bag percentage wise. And, they've been handsomely rewarded. Was there any scenario this year where DOT didn't get some X's? Probably not. But in a market filled with things that are getting X's, it's very hard to commit to a bag. It's very hard to stick to a bag. And then obviously through this consolidation, it's very easy to get bored of your bag. Now, I've been longing DOT. I think, this little bullish structure, I pick some up, sell, buy, sell, buy back, sell lower. Like I've been chopping around a little bit in here. I don't have a bag this minute, but I would like to get some in this consolidation range because my broader assumption is that this will continue and we will end up at $50 DOT, probably $55 DOT at some point in the near future. As always, if Bitcoin can behave, I think it will. I think we're going to have a good year. I don't know about this chart though, man. ETH BTC might fall behind, and that's okay. If ETH dominance wants to chill, maybe share the podium with some of these other ones we've been looking at, like DOT, HBAR, Algo, all these things. Solana is probably my top one I should have mentioned as far as that goes. If ETH's going to share dominance with all of them, maybe ETH BTC won't be the king of alts anymore because it's been struggling for a little while now, a couple weeks, and alts are still kicking ass. So with Bitcoin dominance creeping up here and Bitcoin testing the highs, I will leave us with this last thought, which isn't going to be very comfortable for a lot of people, but let's just be honest with ourselves. This is the range for Bitcoin dominance right here, kind of establishing the high there. If you're holding a lot of altcoins and your hopes are to accumulate Bitcoin with those, in other words, you want to be bullish versus Bitcoin, you do not want to see Bitcoin dominance do this. If that happens, sad to say, I would be getting the fuck out of my altcoins short term, mid-term even. Now, 2017, a lot of you guys may not have been around. A lot of you guys probably were around. 2017, I'll tell you this, altcoins had a couple of seasons. They had sort of the start of the year. Then May was the absolute like F you. That's when I joined. I was drawn in by the gains. Then they got really shitty for June, July, August, September, October, November. And, there was pumps throughout, little things like this and that. But for the most part, they got pretty shitty. And they didn't bottom until December 7th, where there was this massive capitulation dump on basically every altcoin, ETH BTC. And, at the same time, Bitcoin had been going absolutely parabolic. That's when it went to like 20K, right around the 16th. And then it was that last 6 weeks of the year where alts just went 100Xs across the board, 10Xs for the shittiest of shitcoins. Everything went up 1,000% or more versus Bitcoin, as Bitcoin was at least an enormous high. I mean, that's the bull market of 2017. It was really just the last 5 weeks. But a huge chunk of that year, altcoins got destroyed. So I'm not calling for that. But don't rule it out. Don't think that just because we're going to have a great year or more, that altcoins can't have phases within that where you wish you weren't in them. Let's just keep that in mind. So I am watching dominance really closely here. And I don't want to see it get too aggressive at this level. And that's, actually, if it's not that bad, because if Bitcoin's just going to do this, that's like 90K. But let's just say Bitcoin's going to do some creeping up here. That's great news. Generally for the whole market, that's great news. We get our liquidity cycles, right? Start with Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then some high caps, mid caps, low caps. We might have to go through that cycle again. Just do a little audit of yourself and find out what would happen if the different few scenarios played out, if that's the way you want to trade. Because if this thing rips, oh, buddy, altcoins are going to probably stay flat versus USD as their BTC pairs get shredded. I dream of a world where they can all go up together, and that's also possible. So let's just pray that that's what we get. And then, of course, just never want to close below 43K at this point. That would be uncool. But more and more, I just stop thinking about this year as a one-year bull market. I think we'll end on this thought right this minute. Where's my weekly chart? Total. Exclude. Oh, let's just do the total. No, let's do the total exclude because it's all set up. I don't know that I'm going to sit here and assume that this has to be a 2017 fractal where we just have 1 year and it's going to be a great year and then we're guaranteed another 2-year bear market. I'm not living in that assumption. What I am assuming is that we're in a bull market, period. And so I am trading it as such. I am managing risk along the way. But I think, Suzu talks about a super cycle, this thing where it's like, this was your dot-com boom for like Amazon, and now we're just going to get into a real proper, sustainable, just crazy bull market over the next however many years. I think that's also very possible. Frankly, I'm actually leaning towards that. But we will overbuy it. We will run it up too high too fast at some point, and there will be catastrophic looking dumps of 50% or more, probably 70% at some point. But from what high and at what level, and then what, how long will they last at the lows? The strong will survive. I'm looking forward to all of it, guys. Thank you for coming today to watch the show. Appreciate every single one of you, and I will be back on, well, I'm going to be posting some short videos before you see me live again, but I'll be back on Wednesday for DeltaFi. You can catch Shitcoin Church on Monday or Tuesday with Crypto Messiah, and I'll be back next Friday live with you on Hero Labs Live. Have a wonderful day, a great weekend, and always play from a position of strength. Take care. And there's the exit cue. Take care, guys.